talked a couple of minutes ago about the Spartans' all-time leading scorer. Remember this shot back in the NCAA tournament, Wisconsin-Green Bay? The opponent looked like it was a major upset coming, and then Steve Smith said, no, not quite yet. That won that game. And now as a member of the Miami Heat, after missing 34 games due to injury, he's been back about a week, and he's been tearing it up at about 20 a game. And they say that Sean Respert, this kid, the sophomore out of Detroit, will end up being a better player before he's done than Smith. That's some big shoes to fill there.
Well, let me tell you something about him. When he was a freshman, I'm talking about Respert here, Steve Smith was a senior, so he had a chance in his redshirt freshman year when his knee was healing to have a chance to work against one of the great guards in the country that year. So he learned a lot. I mean, he picked up a lot of his technique, a lot of what he was able to do. Not that Respert didn't come out of high school with a great reputation, he did, but to play against a guard the caliber of a Stephen Smith, it's got to help you.
He's got 17 tonight, and they say what separates him from some other guys, they think he's a better pure shooter than Steve Smith was. Maybe not a better scorer, because Steve could improvise in low too, but also he plays great defense, and he's got 18 points to go with some pretty good defense tonight. He's
now being the second most prolific scorer in Michigan State history, and guess who was #1? Magic Johnson.
Not two bad players, huh? Respert got them both. Just about on his average, averaging just a shade under 20. He's got 19 tonight. The lead, 16 points. Michigan State over Iowa.
Yeah, I'd like to have freshmen around like Magic Johnson and Sean Respert. Putting that ball up for me.
Barnes just buried a 3. He's been kind of quiet this second half. 13 for him on the night. That's his first 3-pointer. Iowa's only got 2 3-pointers in 12 attempts tonight. They're going to need a batch of them here in the next 3 minutes to have any kind of hope.
Fred, you kind of notice what happened. There's a subtle, a nice move by Smith to steal the ball from Respert.
Great steal.
Stevens really made a bad decision that time, trying to get the ball to Respert. Smith was right in his lap.
Well, it's a 10-point game again. Not quite over yet. 2:35 to play.
The point I was getting ready to make is that if you notice, the Snow has not been handling the basketball that Respert has, and now they've got another turnover.
Back-to-back turnovers, 10 seconds. Nice defensive job by Looking Bill, who was really working it. And the Hawkeyes can get it back to single digits if they can score.
I think Judd Heathcote might be having nightmares. I'm thinking about that Wisconsin game the other day.
He wants to talk about it right now, I think. Judd says, give me a timeout. We might see a Judd thud here. He'll hit himself in the head here in a minute if he doesn't get a timeout. Finally, they see him. With 2.5 to play. Michigan State still leading, but that lead's been cut down to 10 points with 2:30 left. 70-60 here in the Big Ten with 2:30 left. We'll go to the Pac-10 next. Coming up, we'll have UCLA and USC, the Battle of Los Angeles. UCLA coming off that thumping at the hands of Cal, and they want to make up for it. Sports Center at 11:30. Barry Tompkins, Paul Sunderland will bring you the UCLA-USC game. Tom Davis hoping his Hawkeyes can find a way in the next 2.5 to get back in this.
Oh, that will help. Earl.
That will definitely help. It's down to 8 with full court pressure. And a foul, and that's not a bad foul. I'll tell you why, because Eric Snow is not one of your all-time great Big Ten free throw shooters. So if you're going to foul somebody, he's the guy to pick on.
Watch Earl right here. He got Popowski up in the air. I don't know where Popowski was going. It looked like he had a little different gait going out there than anything I've seen. That
really the first power move of the night, don't you think, Larry?
He looked like he might have hurt his ankle. I thought Popowski was favoring that ankle when he went out to guard him.
Well, as we said, Eric is 3 out of 24 on the year from the free throw line. And if you think that's bad, last year it was right in there too at 20%. And that's why he wasn't a bad guy to foul. A 3-pointer would cut it to 5. Even a bucket would make it a 6-point game at the 2-minute mark if they get one off quickly. Another air ball. As if Kevin Smith hasn't had a tough enough time tonight putting one up out there.
Well, they tried to get the ball down inside to Earl, and that time Popowski was in good position defensively to cut him off. Threw it back to Smith, and he launched one, not even close. Student body's pretty tough on guys visiting here, aren't they?
Sure are. AC with 4 fouls. That's way over his norm. Stevens at the line. Michigan State hasn't had a field goal in 5 minutes. They have kept their lead from the free throw line.
You know, sometimes you get a big lead like that. You kind of withdraw. You start to protect. When you do that, you quit doing the things that got you the lead. And I think that's what's happened to Michigan State and why they've lost this lead.
10-point game again. Time running out on the Hawkeyes. Winters may have gotten away with a walk. Went off the foot of one of the Spartans. Kevin Skillet's going to check back in. He's a pretty good three-point shooter. 3 out of 4 on the year from outside the arc. Kevin Smith, we've seen tonight, is not one of your all-time best three-point shooters. He does have one, though, on the evening.
Is he a sizzling skillet?
I don't know, not tonight. I'm afraid they turned the burner off on that one. Barnes got it.
Oh, nice move. Good turnaround move. Baseline.
8 points again.
They need a steal right here.
Having trouble getting it inbounds. 5 seconds.
They got it. Well, Judd Heathcote is so nervous right now. I know he's thinking about that Wisconsin game the other day when they blew that lead at a 10-point lead with about 5 minutes to go, and it got away from him. Iowa making a run.
Nice drive by Earl, and that's it for Poplawski. He is gone if the foul's on him, and I believe it is. That's 5 on Mike. He leads with 13 points and 1:38 left.
Watch it again. They got it to the right guy down inside. Poplawski right there with the foul as Earl made his move across the lane. I'll tell you what, if he'd have made that one, Brad, it really would have made this game close.
You're not kidding. Even the free throws is going to make it a half dozen if he hits them. Big second half for Mike. Had 4 points in the first half, 9 in the second to go with a batch of big rebounds, but he's gone.
Not even close. He's got to get the ball above the rim to give it a chance to go in.
Only 4 of 8 from the stripe for the night for AC Earl. That's well below what he normally does from the free throw line.
Much better. Good rotation on that shot.
Kenyon Murray comes in. James Winters goes out. Murray, Millard, Smith, Earl, Barnes out there for Iowa. Wyszynski across the timeline, lost the ball. Again, a chance to cut it to 5. Barnes, tough shot. Rebound. Somehow Murray found it, and he's fouled.
Iowa making a game of it.
I told you the first half they had that dry spell and they found a run, and they've done it exactly the same way by scrapping like this.
Watch Barnes take a bad shot right here. The ball caroms off. They keep it alive. They'll come back up with it. Now here's the foul down. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know if that was a blocking foul or not. He had pretty good defensive position.
They didn't call it on Stevens, the guy that knocked it away. They called it on Eric Snow.
No, Iowa can't make their free throws.
That is really hurting. Snow will go out. Zuloff comes in. Kenyon Murray's a freshman out of Battle Creek, Michigan. And he missed them both.
Well, they missed 3 out of 4 free throws.
And a foul on Murray trying to play defense as he ran over a screen.
Yeah, Wyszynski had the good screen set up. Murray was trying to get around it. Resper did a nice job of running him right into Wyszynski. Watch it again. Look at Resper. He sees the screen being set up. Now look. Good call right there. Resper utilizing that screen your way you're supposed to.
Chris Wyszynski, 6'4" junior, going to the free throw line. Skillet out, Smith out, Skillet in. Wyszynski grew up near here, and then his family moved to Virginia. Came back playing his college ball where he grew up until the 10th grade, and now his parents are back here, living here again, so they have a chance to watch him play ball, and he's had quite a night with 17. Every miss keeps it alive for Iowa, but they are running out of time. 70 seconds left in the game. Barnes, 3.
Got it, yeah. And the timeout.
They've cut it somehow to 5 points with 1:04 left to play. Judd Heathcote says, wait a minute, guys. We had a 17-point lead a few minutes ago. We'll be back. Spartans by 5 with 1:04 left. Iowa trailed by 17, but boy, these Hawkeyes are playing with the kind of intensity that the guy on the patch would have played with had he been here tonight, huh? They have given it everything they possibly have after unbelievably tough last 12 days. Stevens left it for Miller, and he didn't get the basket, so he's going to have to go to the free throw line and earn it.
Well, Zuloff got the ball on the sideline right there, made a nice pass to Stevens, who was cutting, and he just kind of shoveled it inside to Miller. You know, I've seen a lot of clubs as we watch this replay against Zuloff with a good dish inside. Now look at this, just a little touch pass. I've seen a lot of clubs doing this in the last couple of years, abandoning the free throw shooter. You know, nobody there standing for Michigan State. They've all gone back on defense. I kind of think that's very disconcerting. I kind of like having people around me.
Anthony Miller hit his first 2 free throws. He's only a 54% free throw shooter, though. So, again, they got the right guy as far as who's on the floor for Michigan State.
Yeah, and there they are. They're all back on defense. And I'll tell you why the coaches do this. They don't want to commit a foul on a rebound. But I think if you've got a chance to get a rebound, you go ahead and make your effort to try to get the ball and keep it alive. It's on your end of the floor.
Skillett, 3 out of 4 in the year from out there. 3 out of 5 now. Earl goes back up. If it goes, it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Big bucket. Big, big bucket. I'm going to tell you something. He took the blow and did it his way.
Wow.
Watch it again. Skillett with the long-range NBA shot. Watch it carry him off the side. Earl right there to pick it up. He took the hit, took the damage, still got it in the net.
21 on the night for A.C. Earl. And all of a sudden his points are not so quiet after that and that. We have got a 3-point game with 48 seconds left in the ball game.
Now the defensive strategy. Smith and Winters into the game.
Long pass. Zuloff all alone. He missed it. Miller, though, got another rebound.
Boy, were they lucky to get that ball back. A missed layup, a missed tip, and they still got it back. A lot of praying going on that Michigan State bench right now. Iowa really making a run at the Spartans. Look at this, wide open. No one around, and he missed it.
I know you were working last night and didn't get a chance to see a great game we had. Florida State and North Carolina, and a 21-point difference in that ball game in the second half. And North Carolina somehow came back and won. Keep in mind, second night in a row now we've had this type of thing. Michigan State led by 17 points. We got a 3-point game, and Anthony Miller back to the free throw line.
That's what happens when you get into the family, get into the conference games. They really get to be exciting in January and February.
Well, Pig got it when he needed it there.
Well, what that does now is forces Iowa to have to score twice, even if they get a 3.
They know they need 2 possessions. Oh, Anthony Miller. Gigantic from the free throw line in the last 40 seconds. 76-71. Earl. He'll go straight up with it and got it again.
Tough shot. A.C. Earl has really risen to the occasion. He has played well the last 10 minutes of this game. I tell you what, and it's been sprinkled through the first half and the early second half, but the last 10 minutes, he really has jumped up.
Sure has. We were just saying he was quiet with his 15 points, and now he's very loud with 24. And 32.7 seconds left. Playing like the expected lottery pick type player that a lot of people think he might be next year.
Well, a lot of people think that when he goes inside, that's where his customary position is, but he likes to take the ball out from about 15 feet and let him go. A.C. Earl showing you right there some of his ability. I'll tell you what, if he can do that in the NBA, there are a lot of people going to be interested in him.
Next game, Battle of Los Angeles. Ed O'Bannon and the Bruins of UCLA take on the Trojans of USC. That's coming up as soon as we are finished. And Barry and Paul, I promise we're going to get it to you shortly, but we still have 32.7 very important seconds left in regulation.
I'm wondering right now if Michigan State might try that run out again. They were successful getting the ball to Zuloff that last time on that press, but he could not convert that shot.
I think Zuloff spent so much energy trying to get to the pass that he couldn't gather himself for the easy bucket once he finally found the handle. They had a long run at it. Michigan State 5-2 at home this year, 10-4 overall, 2-3 in the Big Ten, and as Larry said, 2 straight conference losses at home. Purdue up 11 on Northwestern in the second half of that Big Ten matchup. Well, they got it in. And we're going to have a foul on Looking Bill.
I'm not sure why you pick your dribble up and stop at midcourt. If you're on the sideline, you want to keep the ball in the middle, away from the trapping situations. Presses are going to try to trap at the midcourt line, and they really have, as an advantage, the sideline. Michigan State needs to keep that ball off of that sideline unless they bring it up immediately down the sideline and get the ball more toward the middle.
I don't think I've ever seen a team foul 3 guys that were the right guys to foul as Iowa's done tonight. And I don't mean to keep picking on Michigan State's free throw shooting prowess or lack of, but John Zuloff is shooting 46% from the line on the year and has his first trip in a very key spot here with 28 seconds left.
I can see why. I tell you what, it's a matter of confidence. That's all it is. I mean, you've got the proper rotation. You're a college basketball player. You had the time to learn to shoot the free throws. You just got to walk up with confidence.
Missed them both. And there's nobody home for the rebound except the gold and black of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Barnes, he's going to try to tie it. And he did it!
What a shot. What a shot. I mean, he was way out there.
Somebody better get the ball in. Tied at 76. Time for a last-second shot by Michigan State to try to win. What a game. Zuloff trying to feed it. Stolen by Murray. We're going to overtime.
Man, what a great comeback by Iowa. How about the shot by Val Barnes? A.C. Earl out top to give him the screen. Judd Heathcote really upset with his club, saying, why didn't we take a timeout?
They needed one taken there. It is too late now. You're absolutely right. Overtime in East Lansing. Coming back from 17, and the shot heard round Iowa City's right here.
Great shot by Val Barnes, and A.C. Earl right there to give him the screen. Michigan State with lots of time. They didn't even get after the basketball. Look at Judd Heathcote. He was trying to get a timeout. His club never saw him.
And you see his urging go from a calm, I need a timeout, to frantically trying to get his troops to see him waving for a timeout. OT in the Big Ten, tied at 76. What a gutty performance by Iowa in this second half. They trailed by 11 in the first half. Came storming back to somehow lead 35-34 at the break. They trailed by 17 in the second half. And they come back, and Barnes' three-pointer ties us up at 76.
Remember that Podolski is out of the game. He is fouled out of the game.
UCLA and USC will follow us, but not for at least 5 minutes or so. The Bruins and the Trojans in the Pac-10, and we can only hope that that Pac-10 matchup will be half of what we have had here in the Big Ten tonight.
As good a comeback as I've seen all year.
That's because you missed last night's North Carolina-Florida State game.
I had an overtime game last night.
I know you did. So here we go. We'll start it all over.
Yeah, Tom Davis has got to be justifiably proud of his club right now.
regardless of the outcome of this game, what a game and what a performance by him as a coach. And